Right, so this is a rather large en masse planting of Japanese zelkovas grown from seed, and they are 3 years. This is their fourth year, so there's roughly 14, 15 in this pot. The tricky part is I got to get it out of this pot, and I deliberated for a little bit, and I think I found a solution. I have to be careful because if I bring you in here, you'll see that the buds are quite swollen and ready to go. So that's another thing I have to factor in. So what I'll do is I'm going to tip this whole thing on its side. And I think I'm going to, well, actually, I can show you. So I think I'm going to tip this whole thing on its side. And I'm going to carve out something here to put a 2x4 through here. And I'm going to push it out. So I think the plan with these is I'm going to select out a few of these that I think are worthy enough to grow on their own, particularly this one back here, which you can't see yet. And the rest of them, I'm hoping for at least 3 or 4 good ones. And I can only judge above ground right now. I won't know what's good until I look at the roots. And then the rest of them I'll just grow on, perhaps even grow them in the ground. I'm even thinking perhaps just lining them up in a row and going for a hedge. Yeah, but first I gotta get this out. So, get this on its side and away from the tree that I don't want to break. So, the tree I most want is actually facing you. It's right here. So, put that on its side, and then gotta cut a hole out here, and then that'll give me room to push. Okay, this isn't quite a 2x4. It's pretty skinny, but the main thing I want is this width, because I don't want to put something small and push right through the roots. I want this to be on the bottom, and then yeah. So I will be back and I'll show you how I cut that out. That's where we're going. This should just slip right in here, which it does. And then for the next part. All right. That wasn't so bad. So it's actually this zelkova right here that I want to save. Could use some branching over on this side, but it's actually got some nice branching up there. And yeah, I'll have to go through and take a good look at these, but it's not as pot bound as I thought it would be. Gonna have to get in there with my chopsticks and see what's going on. This little guy is actually not a zelkova. I suspect that's a sumac because of the leaves. It's a compound leaf. I think it's a sumac. I'm not friends with compound leaves. If anyone can tell me exactly how they work, I would be very happy. I have a walnut and I love it, but we don't get along. So yeah, I will take you through a little bit of the cleaning. I might throw you on hyperlapse just so you can see this. There's so much cleaning involved here that I'm probably not going to pot any of these today. I might just keep them on standby. So yeah, let's flip this thing on the side and start. I don't usually use metal on roots, not usually, unless it's a job for, aggression. Just in case I break a chopstick. It's like a millipede crawling across there. Just like I do my trees. Bottom. Well, I typically do bottom, top, bottom, and slowly work to the center. I don't just dig in right here. Most of this bottom stuff I'm not going to be keeping. I don't even know if I cut the tap roots on these, which it's not good. Hopefully they give me something nice. I wish I could work on the top too, but I can't. Oh my god. Even the worms know what's going on. I see one trying to escape on the side. There he is right there. I'll try to keep in mind where my root hook is going. I'm trying to keep the whole ball tilted on a 45 so I don't ruffle the branches or smush a bud on the plywood. Okay, I think I'm going to throw you on the hyperlapse because I need to go get some caffeine and I need music, so I'll be right back. Okay, so it looks like we have 16 zelkovas and a sumac. There they are, cleaned up. So you can kind of get a good look at them one by one as they come out. This is one of the not so great ones. So I will, I think I'm going to start the pruning, and I'll bring you with me for one or two of them, and then I'll get on with the rest by myself. Can't really keep correcting it too much more than that. This will go in a fairly deep pot. I'm not worried about pruning any of this fine stuff this year. I want all of that I can get. I might even prune the top. So let's look at the big one. So out of all of the zelkovas in that pot, this one did the best, had the best overall shape, best overall taper. Can you see that? That's pretty nice. My pruners definitely cannot handle this taproot. See that big taproot? Very hard wood. So I am going to use my branch pruners. I know, but I don't have proper root pruners, so just have to be careful not to hit a rock. And if I don't hit a rock, then I don't really see that as much of a problem. All right, so this has a lot of roots, so I am going to take this taproot back fairly far. It's right dead in the center. I don't need it. I could go further, but I think this is pretty far. Yeah, that would have killed my pruners. Yeah. Okay, so now that we have that done, let's dial these big chunky things that we don't need. Let's go a little further. You got this big. Okay. We're actually getting pretty close to consider slowing down. All right, so I want to see the root base and what roots are crowding and what I can potentially keep. Got this going straight down, which is not ideal. This one pretty close to the surface. And it's got a rat nest in there. All right, so this little one is a little too high up. Very, very small. Push that root base down. It's unfortunate that this one's so high. I could change the angle a little bit, but it's a little high. I think we can work with it. And then I got this one in the middle, which is kind of nice. This one, nothing really occupying this space except for this big one going down. Not very good root system on that, which tells me it'll be okay if I take some of this away. I would like the root to be right there. See that guy right there? Being careful not to rip it. Think conservative. Let's dial back these big ones a little bit. Ideally, I'd just like to go straight to the fine roots that I want for the nabari, but I don't feel very good about that. I never feel very good about that. Okay, and these roots are on the upside of that, so they'll never serve any purpose. Yeah, see, like this eventually has to be pruned. Could do a little bit right now, just where it starts to really dip down. Of course, not very good fine roots down here. That's not very good. I think it's almost dialed in as much as I can. I have roots that are fairly close to the base of the trunk right here. I think I want at least one of them gone, if I can get it. And there's one on the other side that's right up against the trunk. That's kind of close. You know what? That's kind of close. We'll take that one too. Okay. I'll use that guy. This little tiny thing, which I don't want to put my hopes on, but it's in a nice place. Well, kind of. It's very high up for the root plane. Yeah, we're going to take it off. Actually need a chopstick. So I do have a big root in there that's crossing over this way. And then behind it, I got a big one behind it. So I got one going down this way, one crossing over and looping over and around. This one's going straight down. That's not a problem. This isn't going to be part of the Nabari anyways. But it is contributing. So it's got a lot of fine roots coming off. I think we'll call that one good. This one right here is the best system of all the roots that I left. And yeah, no potting these up tonight, but that's just an example of how I go through and look at the roots. I would like to be more aggressive. I really would, but these are not seedlings. And if I went any further than this, it wouldn't be able to support all of that. There's probably, I would guess, 40 buds on there. Yeah, this is really pushing the tree to have that support 40 buds until these give back after they harden. Once they harden, then we're playing. We're playing the game. But kind of have to just go with your gut. You know, you kind of know when you're pushing too far. They say a third to a half, right? But I think you know in your gut if you're just pushing too hard. And always keep in mind that it's these that are most important. It's these fine roots. So if you see a lot of, if you're cutting off a lot of these big chunky things, yeah, that's not really important. That's water. That's stability. We don't need those things. We're providing water. We're providing stability. We need these guys. So when you start to see yourself taking too many of these off, you feel it. You feel it, or at least I do. I feel good about this one, and I actually feel a little less good about this one. But I think that's it. Yeah, actually, these aren't the first trees I started off this repotting season with. You know what? Actually, I'll show you. I did a short. I'll show you though. And I gotta be sure to wipe these off because these are carbon steel. Would not do good to recipes. But yeah, let me grab you off of here and I'll show you the first two that I repotted. So these were actually the first two that I repotted. And Chinese elm and trident maple, new soil. Trident maple, of course, was packed full. This could have gone for another year, but was fairly full. And then I have this Chinese elm to do. I know it's a bit tall for most people's taste, but I have a plan for it. This needs to be repotted, or at least looked at, as soon as possible. It's starting to be a little too far for my taste. But the leaves haven't hardened off, so in theory, I'm good. But I need to do that soon. And I hope the video wasn't boring. It certainly was an endeavor on my side. And yeah, see you guys soon.